Once upon a time, long, long ago, there was a little group known as the Castle and Crusade Society. Their fantasy rules were published, and to this writer's knowledge, brought about much of the current interest in fantasy wargaming. For a time, the group grew and prospered, and Dave Arneson decided to begin a medieval fantasy campaign game for his active Twin Cities club. From the map of the land of the Great Kingdom and environs, the territory of the C&C Society, Dave located a nice bog wherein to nest the weird enclave of Blackmoor, a spot between the Great Kingdom and the fearsome Egg of Coot. From the chainmail fantasy rules, he drew ideas for a far more complex and exciting game, and thus began a campaign which still thrives as of this writing, and many decades later, by the way. In due course, survives, maybe not thrives. In due course, the news reached my ears, and the result is what you have in your hands at this moment. While the C&C Society is no longer, its spirit lives on, and we believe that all wargamers who are interested in the medieval period, not just fantasy buffs, will enjoy playing Dungeons & Dragons. Its possibilities go far beyond any previous offerings anywhere. While it is possible to play a single game, unrelated to any other game events past or future, it is the campaign for which these rules are designed. It is relatively simple to set up a fantasy campaign, and better still, it will cost almost nothing. In fact, you will not even need miniature figures, although their occasional employment is recommended for real spectacle when battles are fought. A quick glance at the equipment section of this booklet will reveal just how little is required. The most extensive requirement is time. The campaign referee will have to have sufficient time to meet the demands of his players, and he will have to devote a number of hours to laying out the maps of his dungeons and upper terrain before the affair begins. The third booklet of this set will be of great help in this respect, for a number of helpful suggestions regarding how to accomplish it all have been given in order to help you accomplish the task with a minimum of time and effort. There should be no want of players, for there is unquestionably a fascination in this fantasy game, evidenced even by those who could not by any stretch of the imagination be termed ardent wargamers. The longevity of existing campaigns, notably Blackmoor in the Twin Cities and Greyhawk in Lake Geneva, and the demand for these rules from people outside these campaigns points towards a fantastic future. Tactical Studies Rules believes that of all forms of wargaming, fantasy will become the major contender for first place. The section of this booklet entitled Scope will provide an idea of just how many possibilities are inherent in Dungeons & Dragons. These rules are strictly fantasy. Those wargamers who lack imagination, those who don't care for Burroughs' Martian adventures, where John Carter is groping through black pits, who feel no thrill upon reading Howard's Conan saga, who do not enjoy the Decamp and Pratt fantasies of Fritz Leiber's Fafford and the Grey Mouser pitting their swords against evil sorceries, will not be likely to find Dungeons & Dragons to their taste. But those whose imaginations know no bounds will find that these rules are the answer to their prayers. With this last bit of advice, we invite you to read on and enjoy a world where the fantastic is fact and magic really works. E. Gary Gygax, Tactical Studies and Rules Editor, November 1st, 1973, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.